Dear VidCon, my name is Allie and I have a business proposal for you. Though VidCon ended all of 2 weeks ago, I want to capitalize my energy from the convention to discuss my proposal for a Disabilities on YouTube panel for VidCon 2016. But people are still making montage videos from VidCon. Yep, I know. But I have a lot of planning and curating to do, and VidCon, this would be a lot easier to do with you on my side. In this video, I'll discuss the origins of the panel, the importance of personal testimony, my disability, and the plans for the panel itself. Since my first VidCon in 2013, I've noticed a significant lack of representation in featured creators when it comes to abilities. Looking back on my VidCon notebook through the past 3 years, my observations went from tucked in the margins the first year of, wow, I wish I saw some YouTubers with disabilities like mine, to last year's, I wish there was a place where YouTubers would have a space to discuss their disabilities, to this year where I just put it on a page all by itself. The true power of YouTube itself is in fact the accessibility of the platform. All you need to be a content creator is a camera, a Wi-Fi connection, and an email. That's it. Being on YouTube, especially as someone with a disability, can be incredibly liberating because it allows direct access with representation. No longer do you have to worry that you don't see someone like you on screen. You can become that person. YouTube underscores the power of personal testimony. For individuals with disabilities along the spectrum, our identities are invalidated, misrepresented, and misunderstood. Therefore, our experiences are kept private, swept under the rug, kept within ourselves. By not having spaces to speak about the intersections of our identities, it's reinforced that these experiences are meant to be kept within ourselves. However, with YouTube, these lived experiences are allowed to be shared on a public forum. Therefore, personal experiences become public truths, instantly validated because they're being watched by others. YouTube creates communities across the world and has allowed me to be able to find people with chronic diseases that I wouldn't have been able to find otherwise because they don't exist in the state that I'm in. For me, I couldn't go to the first VidCon because I was bedridden on my couch, literally dying. I was 16, wheelchair bound, undergoing treatment for my 2 diseases, and I was so sick that I couldn't bathe, go to the bathroom, or hold a pencil on my own. I couldn't make videos at the time, but I was writing on a blog every day, mainly because my memory problems were so bad that I couldn't keep track of what was going on in my life. Now, at 21, I am reaching a baseline where I'm able to function in society, but in the past 2 months, I've also been getting treatment for a new chronic health issue that I've been having, pseudotumor, where there is an excess of cerebral spinal fluid collecting in my skull that's been changing the shape of my eyeballs, and so you win some and you lose some. Additionally, I still have chronic pain, and I'll have residual symptoms for the rest of my life because it took 1.5 years for my chronic Lyme disease to be diagnosed. The invalidation of my experiences then and now, as well as the stigma of chronic pain, adds complexities to my creative process, and I'm sure it does for other content creators as well. So here's my proposal for the Disabilities on YouTube panel for VidCon 2016. I'm going to make this happen no matter what, but I would really appreciate your support by having it in a sanctioned room, mainly because it would make it more accessible that way. The panelists will be content creators of disabilities along the spectrum and would have diversity among them of gender identity, race, sexuality, and age. The panel would discuss the intersection of identity, how disabilities impact the creation of content, how YouTube can be more accessible for creators, and the stigmas within YouTube regarding creators with disabilities, mainly of why we've been taught not to speak up about our disabilities. VidCon, you have made significant strides in the past 3 years of making your convention safer, more accessible, and more inclusive. However, this is my next challenge for you. While I would love to take part in this panel in some way, I respectfully will not settle for anything less than this panel happening in one of the convention center rooms. Creators, I have a few tasks for you. The first one is to share this video out to VidCon and to larger creators that you know. That way we can get this video shared out and start the conversation. The second task that I have for you is to create a video yourself and discuss why the Disabilities on YouTube panel would be something that matters to you, and why having this panel and having that accessibility would be something that, as a creator and as someone part of the community or as an ally to the community, would be something that would help further you in this community itself. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to an amazing year of creating.